Holy crap, guys, Amazon just did something I haven't seen them do ever in the last 5 years of selling. Okay, so they are actually giving away free money for sellers. Okay, there's certain things we have to do to get this free money. I'm going to walk you through each of those throughout this video. And they just answer the question, should you brand on Amazon or not? So if you ever asked yourself, should I brand on Amazon? Is that important? Should I do that now? Should I do that later? This will help guide you and help make that decision for you. But again, there's certain things we have to do here to get this free money, to get these incentives before we can actually take advantage of them, right? There's things we have to qualify for, things you need to know to make sure you level the playing field with the rest of the sellers, right? Because everybody's going to be taking advantage of this. So if you don't take advantage of it, you're going to be left behind. So I'm going to hop on my screen here and just get right into it. So this is new seller incentives. Okay, so this is a new form they just put out, releasing some news here. So just to give you a basic overview, then I'm going to walk you through step by step here to make sure you can take fully advantage of it. You know where you can get the money back, but you can see there's a lot of numbers floating around here. 5% bonus up to $50,000 in bonus, $100 here, $200 here. So I'm going to walk you through step by step here of how you qualified, what these things all mean, right? Because there's some programs here like transparency, like what does that mean? So I'm going to walk you through here so everything makes sense. So just as a broad overview of this whole thing, Amazon is pretty much saying, if you are a new brand on Amazon, we are going to reward you for taking action, for being a new brand, and level the playing field with some of the bigger brands out there that are established, that dominate the field. So essentially, they want to have new brands, new sellers like us, right? If you're watching this channel, you're most likely going to fit in this category. And that's crazy to me that they're actually doing this, because as a seller, I've always felt like I'm on the back burner. You probably feel the same way, that sellers don't matter. So this is like the first thing they've done that actually is huge and will help us out a crap ton here as little sellers, I guess, medium-sized sellers and all of the above, right? $100 million or more is a big seller. So, you know, if you're doing millions, medium seller. If you're doing smaller, most of you people are probably in that field there. But just let's go through this so you can actually get some value here and know what to expect. So if I'm going to walk you through this, first thing you need to know, this is for sellers who are identified as brand owners with the Amazon brand registry. Okay, so what that means is that you need to have a trademark for your brand and you need to be brand registered on Amazon. Okay, so what that means, again, trademark, brand registry. I'll put up a video explaining how to do that here at the end of this video to make sure that you know how that process works, but that's another whole thing I don't want to get into. I want to get into the juicy stuff here. So essentially, just be brand registered, have a trademark for your brand, which everybody should be doing anyways. So firstly here, so they're going to give us a 5% bonus on up to $1 million in eligible branded sales. So that's up to $50,000. So 5% of 1 million here, or for 1 year after eligibility is determined, whichever comes first. Okay, so essentially they're saying we're going to give you $50,000, or we're going to keep giving you 5% until the 1 year is up. Okay, so what this means, again, when they say branded sales here, this means your product has to be brand registered. So again, when you go list that product, when it says brand name, you know, whether it's Tony Skateboards, it has to be listed there, and that has to be brand registered. Okay, so a trademark and brand registered. Actually, you don't even need a trademark. You just need a pending trademark so you can get brand registered. Okay, that's how easy it's become. Again, if you don't know those details, there'll be a video at the end of this video to go watch. But again, don't leave, because there's certain things we have to know to take advantage of this. Next, $200 in credits for Amazon Vine program. Okay, so as we know, Amazon Vine program is a review program only for people who are brand registered. Okay, so you see a theme here. They're rewarding you for being brand registered. Okay, so if you can take advantage of the Amazon Vine program, they're going to give you $200 in credits, which everybody should be taking advantage anyways, because the more reviews, the better. Okay, so again, free money for being a brand. Next, $100 in credits for transparency. Okay, so transparency, if you don't know what that is, I just made a video. My last video literally is that. I'll link that at the end of this so you can go check it out. But essentially what this is it's a brand registered only program where you put a special QR code on your products to make sure they're not counterfeit. Okay, so that Amazon can scan these as they go out, and customers can scan this too to make sure they're not counterfeit, they actually come from you. Okay, so no more hijackers essentially. Well, I'm sure there'll be hijackers, but it's gonna be a lot harder, and it's gonna be really easy to make them get pushed off your listing, which again, there's 3 different programs released for that. Go watch my other video once this video is over, because it really goes into the details of how to take advantage of that. Again, something you can't just passively do, you have to go actively sign up for it. Okay, for new sellers who use fulfillment by Amazon, so FBA, of course, you get $100 in credits and inventory shipping fees. Okay, for using Amazon partnered carrier program, again, just using their shipping services, or $200 in credits fulfillment fees for using Amazon global logistics. Again, them just trying to track more and be more involved in the international shipping game of this whole thing. Automatic enrollment in FBA new selection, which is providing free monthly storage, liquidations, and return processing for your eligible new to FBA ASINs. Okay, so I don't know much about this, if I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't read up on this yet. There's so much going on, but I'm guessing it's just exactly what it says here. I'll go read up on this. Actually, I'm going to do that after this video here. But next, $200 in promotional clicks for using sponsored products. Okay, so that's great. Free $200 to run ads, which we're all going to do. Next, for new sellers who use Amazon coupons, you get a $50 in coupon credits. And of course, coupons just help you convert better and take a little money off for everybody who's shopping on your listing, and click that little checkbox. So it's pretty obvious what Amazon's trying to do here. Before we get in the nitty gritty of some other qualifying things, questions, and hop back in screen, I just want to talk about like what this actually means. Amazon wants people to be brand registered. They want people to have trademarks. They want to know that you're legit, real sellers, because this will help them cut down on hijackers, on counterfeits, and realize what's real, what's not. Okay, when you don't do this, they have no idea who owns the brand or not, because there's no one filed with the USPTO, which is the United States Patent or Trademark Office, or could be a trademark in the UK, Australia, Canada, all that good stuff, right? Because those all qualify in the US for a brand registry. So they're essentially trying to pay us heavily, stipend us heavily into getting brand registered and getting trademark. And if you've been watching my channel for the last year or so, I've been talking heavily about how important it is and how much easier it's gotten to get brand registered, to get a trademark on Amazon without spending thousands of dollars or taking 6 months to 18 months and all that good stuff. Again, my first trademark, my first brand registry took 18 months. Okay. It was a complete disaster. It took forever. It was expensive, cost over $1,000 because we had to keep writing these letters back and forth to the USPTO office. Now it's gotten to the point where you can literally just use your pending trademark number, which you can get in a week after filing, and you can get this done for $250 to $500, depending if you do it yourself or you have a lawyer that's, pretty cheap to do this, which you can find them on Fiverr, Upwork, locally, online somewhere. Again, make sure you kind of vet them, make sure they're good. But again, this is a pretty black and white process. So you don't need to have someone who's really, really good at this. Is someone who knows the process and isn't, a complete liability, right? So make sure you're double checking there. But again, I'm not too worried about this because this is a pretty simple process. So again, Amazon is just pushing to get us brand registered on Amazon, which I've already been suggesting to doing, which you probably have already been thinking about, right? So this just makes it more clear, makes it more easy to make that decision of getting brand registered and having a trademark. So hopping back into my screen here, let's talk about like when this takes effect and making sure you guys know everything there is to know about this, because there are things we need to know. So next, seller eligibility. So who can take advantage of this? So new sellers on professional selling plan. Okay, so you cannot be in the individual plan. You have to be on the professional selling plan. Okay, so that answers that question. Who launched their first buyable ASIN in the US on January 1st or 2022, okay, or later, okay, and take specific actions as described below, are eligible to receive the new seller benefits. Okay, so this kind of sucks for older sellers because we really can't take advantage of this too much. But say if you're in the UK or Canada and you haven't sold in the US yet, you can hop on the US and take advantage of this. So it's, that's the cool thing here. Same thing if you're in the US and you hop to Canada, hop to UK, hop to Japan, Australia, you can take advantage because you're a new seller. All right, I'm guessing that they're just saying US here because we're on the .com site, but if we went to .uk or .co.uk or whatever it is, it would say in the UK being the new seller for that type of forum. So you can hop to new marketplaces if you're an older seller to take advantage of this, but all new sellers, this is huge because a lot of you guys are just getting started, so you can take advantage of this. And I just want to make sure that you know how to qualify so you don't miss this out. So next, going down here, so to receive the 5% bonus on brand sales, credits for Vine, credits for transparency, you must complete Amazon brand registry, again, the trademark, and be identified as a brand owner no later than 6 months after you're listing your first buyable ASIN. Okay, so it sounds like, say you're in mid 2022, which we are. Okay, so this is actually backtracked. So if we're in there 6 months after the listing, you're still good. So just if you're within that 1 to 6 month range, you're still good as long as you get brand registered for that product. So make sure you guys hop on that if you're kind of in that category, right? If you started this product, say January 2nd, and it's right now, you still qualify. You just need to get brand registered and trademarked. Okay. In addition, for transparent Vine credits, you also need to enroll in Vine, which is really easy to do. Do that in Seller Central. And then the transparency program, again, go watch my other video on this. This is just, this video would go 30 minutes longer going through this. Go watch that other video because it's important to know how to qualify for this and what these all are. So I got Transparency, Project Zero, and Counterfeit Crimes Unit. I go over in that last video. Going back here. Okay, so eligibility for new fulfillment sellers to receive the inventory shipping discount, sponsored product credits, and eligibility for auto enrollment FBA new selection. You must send your inventory in Amazon Center within 12 months of listing your first buyable ASIN. Okay, so just this is for new sellers. So it looks like you're all good there. You don't even need to be brand registered. You take advantage of that right away. So just get your products in pretty much following these same dates. Okay, so that makes sense there. And you just got 12 months or 6 months extra there. In addition to eligible for sponsored product credits, you must launch a campaign with no end date for FBA ASIN to receive the $100 in credits. To receive the second 100 in credits, you must advertise an FBA ASIN for at least 30 days. Sellers in France, Spain, Turkey, based on country of residence entered for your account, are not eligible for promotional clicks through this program, which I guess I don't know why that could be. I guess maybe local laws. I'm not sure, but hopefully, that isn't you there. Eligibility for Amazon coupon benefits. To receive up to $50 in credits for coupons, you must create a coupon within 12 months of your listing first ASIN. Great. So this is all pretty straightforward here. This is probably a little bit more important. So, okay, frequently asked questions. What buys qualify for 5% bonus for brand owners? In order for sales to be eligible for the 5% bonus, you must be identified by Amazon as a brand owner. Okay, what that means is you just need to be that person at the USPTO office. Your name or your LLC needs to be on that, and you need to be brand registered on Amazon. Okay, so this is huge, right? We need to make sure if you guys are going to take advantage of any of this, it's got to be this one. Okay, 5%. That's freaking huge. $50,000 if you do $1 million in sales. Either way, if you do $100,000 in sales, that's $5,000. That's a huge. Essentially, you are increasing your margins by 5%. That is. People pray for that. Okay, e-commerce businesses will pray for that, and so just make sure you take advantage of that, because this opportunity doesn't come around very often at all. So going back, how do I enroll in brand registry? Again, I got videos on this, but yes, you can go to Amazon brand registry page. How I suggest doing this: get a trademark. Again, either you can do it yourself or do it cheaply through a local lawyer, Upwork or Fiverr, and then get the pending number, and then you can register right here. I don't recommend the Amazon's IP Accelerator program. Don't tell them I told you that. I think it's overrated. I think it's too expensive. But again, if it's an option for you, if you trust it, go for it there. Again, it's not gonna be, it's gonna be $500 more probably. So it's not like this huge thing, but it is $500. Okay. How can I view my brands that are eligible for the 5% for brand owners? You can view the brands for which you're a brand owner on brand benefit eligibility page on Seller Central. So if you guys are curious, like, do I qualify for this or not? This is the link you want to click here and get into to make sure that you're all right. If you guys need this link, just put it down in the comments if you need this link, so I can give it to you and you guys can review it yourself. If I sell more than one brand via seller account, can I receive the 5% bonus on multiple brands? Yes. So if you have multiple brands on one account, you can still take advantage of this for each brand. Again, it's just up to $1 million in eligible branded sales. Okay. How will Amazon pay me the 5% for brand owners? Each month you will receive a bonus amount equivalent to 5% of eligible branded sales sold the month prior. Okay, so it looks like they do a backlog here, and make sure that you have it here. Applied as a credit to the referral fees on next month's referral fees at the order level. Okay, so it's applied at the order level, and it's just a month backlogged, it seems like. Okay, so when payments cover the entire referral fee in the order, it won't show up. Okay, that's not a big deal. So yes, the referral fee section will not show up if the bonus payments cover the entire referral fee. So just meaning that if this goes positive, essentially, then it's not going to show up, which I don't fully understand that, I guess. That doesn't make any sense. What I'm going to be looking at, guys, because sometimes like they don't reword things the best and it's kind of not clear what's going on. I'll be looking at my, if my older brands don't qualify for this, obviously, but I will be looking at any newer brands. I'll be looking at the transactional sales to see how it shows up, make sure it's coming through, and double checking the numbers there, which again, as an Amazon seller, you need to be making sure you understand your numbers, understanding how to read the data on the back end of Seller Central. Okay. For you wholesalers that are asking yourself, can you take advantage of this? No, you cannot. Okay. So they don't care about wholesalers when it comes to this. Obviously the FBA stuff, does matter, but why they're doing this, again, we just got to think about why they're doing this. They're trying to incentivize young brand owners, private label sellers, essentially, who have a brand, which again, private label branded sells, it's pretty much the same thing, right? They're trying to encourage those types of people to get on the platform, which again is fantastic because they're on our side, right? So you're wondering, are they on the side of bigger brands? Are they on the side of wholesalers? They're on the brand of Nike, things like that? No, they're doing things to help us as sellers. So that means we're in the right place. We're on the right side of history. And as it goes on 5, 10, 15 years from now, right? As we do this, we know that they care about us and they want us here. We're not going to be booted off like retail arbitrage people or online arbitrage people, drop shippers. We are the ones they want. So that's fantastic. Next, I am a new seller and haven't completed brand registry. Can I receive the 5% bonus on brand sales? No, you cannot. You need to complete brand registry, obviously. I'm an existing seller who wants to launch in another region. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you go into a new region you've never been to, you qualify in that region. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else here that I think is important. I talked about this earlier. So you cannot be an individual seller. You have to have a professional plan. So make sure you upgrade there if you need to. Vine credits will come after you enroll. How to redeem transparency credits. You got to enroll in transparency. Again, watch that other video I just released, literally the last video I released. How do I redeem my inventory shipping credits? This will do it automatically. Same thing with sponsored coupons, same thing, you just got to enroll. Okay. If you want to get into the nitty gritty stuff, but I think I've covered everything that we need to cover when it comes to this stuff, guys. So hopefully I just made that a lot easier for you to kind of decipher. But guys, this is big. This is the biggest news I've seen in a long time. Like the transparency program, again, if you go watch the other video, and this news is like some of the coolest, for being an Amazon nerd, some of the cool stuff that's come out, and it just reinforces that we're in the right place. We're still early, and getting branded on Amazon is the way to go, which is kind of what I've been preaching, what I've been talking about. So hopefully this helps you out, guys. If you like news like this, you want to stay up to date with anything that comes out Amazon-wise that's big like this, because again, you got to take advantage of it, right? And there's obviously a time limit when it comes to this too. If we go 6 months out, we may not qualify. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and like this video, and leave me a comment if this is helpful, or if you want the link or anything like that. But yeah, guys, hopefully it was helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.